Gather around, Dolphins faithful. It's time to summon every ounce of hope and optimism because we're about to embark on a journey filled with twists, turns, and hopefully a triumphant return of our dynamic duo, Bradley Chubb and Jaelan Phillips. The Miami Dolphins are facing a moment of uncertainty, with Chubb and Phillips sidelined by serious injuries. The stakes couldn't be higher. These two edge rushers, the backbone of our defensive prowess, are on the road to recovery. But will they be back in time to light up the field for the season opener? Fear not, fellow fans, for amidst the uncertainty, there is a glimmer of hope shining through the storm clouds. As we eagerly await their return, let's dive into the realm of possibility and imagine a scenario where Chubb and Phillips defy the odds, emerging from their rehab stronger and fiercer than ever. Join me as we delve into the realm of speculation, consulting the wisdom of veterans like Joni Fortson and Jordan Brooks, who have seen the highs and lows of the game. Their tales of resilience and speedy recoveries paint a vivid picture of optimism, suggesting that perhaps, just perhaps, our beloved Chubb and Phillips can make a triumphant return to the gridiron sooner than we dare to dream. Now, before we get to the rest of the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and support in whatever way you can. Thank you, Phinhub fam. Now let's get back to the video. The Miami Dolphins' pass rush situation has been a nail-biter for fans, with Van Ginkel, Christian Wilkins, and Ogba leaving this offseason, but also, especially, with our own star edge rushers, Bradley Chubb and Jaelan Phillips on the mend from some serious injuries. I mean, come on. We're talking about the dynamic duo who were instrumental in the Dolphins' defensive prowess last season. If you think Jaelan Phillips and Bradley Chubb will be ready by the start of the season, comment "ready" down in the comments. But hold on, because there is a glimmer of hope shimmering in the Miami skyline. Jaelan Phillips had successful surgery on November 29th of 2023. Now let's compare that to a Dolphins legend. Former Dolphins pass rusher Cameron Wake tore his Achilles in late October of the 2015 season and played all 16 games of the 2016 season, contributing 29 tackles, 11.5 sacks, and forcing 5 fumbles, turning in one of his 5 Pro Bowl seasons in a year that the Dolphins finished 10-6 and even qualified for the playoffs. Not too bad if you ask me. Now, word on the field is that both Chubb and Phillips might just make a triumphant return for the season opener in September. Yeah, you heard that right. Not just one, but both of them. It's like a dream scenario straight out of a superhero movie, with these two edge rushers swooping in to save the day. Now, before you start doing backflips of joy, let me fill you in on the scoop. Some expert recon was done with none other than the newly signed tight end Joni Fortson and linebacker Jordan Brooks.
The main key is just to listen to who's, your respective athletic trainer, trusting what they have to, trusting the information that they're presenting to you, believing that they're putting you in the best position to win. I think the best thing that I did was, I guess I just really was off my foot for the most part, I didn't try to put my foot into a shoe, try to walk on it, put too much weight on it too early. I think the best thing for that is just you just got to let time and just kind of let that heal on its own, and just make sure you're just doing your strengthening and your mobility to get the strength back, I guess. It's not really too much other things you do to get that to heal correctly. It's just a time thing. But yeah, just diligence. I'm praying for him in his recovery. I hope it works for him. It didn't take that long. I was back running in 4.5 months. It didn't really take that long. I would say I felt pretty good going into OTAs at 100%. Like, I tore my Achilles October 17th of 2021, and I was back on the field that February. So I kind of felt 100% about OTAs.
It was just praying, honestly. It wasn't nothing I did. I did the normal rehab protocol all week, but I think it was just God, honestly, healing me in the matter that He did. I didn't think I'd come back that fast, but God's timing is the perfect timing, and so I tell everybody the same thing. I just prayed about it and put my head down, and God, He blessed it. And so I think that's the only answer I can give you as far as how I made the comeback. No, I don't consider myself an exception. I just think it's whatever God's plan is for that person in particular. Um, and so, honestly, I just think it's whatever God has planned out for that person. So I don't think it's just me that can come back in the matter of the time that I came back. It's anybody. And so
These gridiron gurus have seen it all, and they're saying that the timeline for these guys to bounce back isn't as crazy as it sounds. Our new tight end, Fordson, who's basically a human spring after coming back from an Achilles injury in record time, and Brooks, who credits a little divine intervention for his speedy recovery from an ACL tear, are painting a picture of optimism. If they're anything to go by, we could see Chubb and Phillips back in action sooner than you can say touchdown. Now let's break it down. Phillips, with his knack for sacking quarterbacks, could be back on the field by May if everything goes according to plan. And Chubb, the sack master himself, might be roaring back into action by August. That's right, just in time for some preseason hype. But hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're talking serious injuries here. And the last thing we want is to rush these guys back before they're ready. Remember, patience is key, especially when it comes to keeping our star players in top shape. So while we cross our fingers and toes for Chubb and Phillips, let's not forget that the Dolphins have been making some savvy moves in the offseason. With additions of incoming talent like Jordan Poyer, Kendall Fuller, Jordan Brooks, and Shaq Barrett, the Dolphins are gearing up for what could be an epic season. So dear fans, let's rally behind our team, channeling our unwavering support and belief as we count down the days until kickoff. For in the game of football, anything is possible, and with Chubb and Phillips back in the fold, the Miami Dolphins could be poised for a season of dominant football.